Welcome to A Home to Love. I'm Delina. Today we're in the dining room. We are going to do a decorate with me, and I'm going to show you the long-awaited Hutch decorations. And then we're going to tackle my dining room table, the bookcases over there next to the fish tank. My dining room is a multifunctional room. It's not just a dining room. It's an open concept area with my dining room, living room, and then you can see my kitchen. So it acts as we play games here. We have an overflow of people. They pull up the chairs into the living room area. It's not your grandma's stuffy dining room, okay? So my style is predominantly a cottage style with a lean towards French country. So if that's something that interests you, I invite you to join my YouTube family and hit that subscribe button. I have a ton more things to come. Let's see. Now, let's get started. Normally I give you a blank tour space, but unfortunately, because there's so much stuff, to tear everything down and start over again is labor intensive. So what I'm going to do, we're going to break it down section by section. Okay, let's get started. This is the view from the front door as you enter into my house. We have the hutch to the left. You see the living room. And as we turn, it's my dining room. This is just to give you an overview of how the two spaces work together. Okay, so here we have those shelves completely empty. If you're curious about the wallpaper, it's a peel and stick. I will link it down in the description box if you're interested. I did this in a couple of videos ago. We are going to discuss, first of all, the tippy top. I am not going to take that down, guys. Those crocks are heavy. So I'm just going to explain at least just the top. That is a jug crock that I got from the local antique store. Next to it is just a candle with a battery operated taper candle that comes on at 4, goes off at 8. Next to it is a 1-gallon crock with a leftover Christmas tree from Hobby Lobby. This little thing I got at the local thrift store. It's a little rocking chair that had a hole in it, and I put a little topiary in it. I think it's just super, super cute. Now, this little shelving unit is from a couple thrift flips back. It had no backing. That is just a cardboard piece with some craft paper taped to it. The tippy top of it is one of my marble rolling pins. A few antique books turned around so that the spines aren't distracting. A music box that was my mother's with a doily that was my grandmother made. A Facebook Market find, the clock, and some greenery from Hobby Lobby that was a garland that I took apart. And that's all there is to the very top of the hutch. Okay, let's get started with the very first shelf. Okay, forewarning, if you're a minimalist, you probably don't want to watch this. We're going to start with the very top shelf. The lights in here are an LED strip light that I installed because the little tiny light that came with it was useless. This is a 1980s special, so back then they didn't have where you light up everything. So we're going to start at this end. Now, I love ironstone. I love anything that is a white pottery. I think it goes with everything, okay? So that being said, I have a table sitting here, so it's easier for me to pick things up. Now, on my shelves, if I put everything on there, it would all, other than, it would have a little bit differences in height, but not enough that I wanted it. So what I did is I took some candlesticks that I had thrifted and some plates. I have a ton of white plates. I have a problem, guys. I really do. And I glued those to there with some glue, hot glue, Gorilla Glue. And that's my little riser. And I'm going to set that one up there. I have it's a pitcher and bowl set that I just thought it was super pretty. And I'm going to stick some greenery with little blueberries into it just to give some added interest. And I'm going to set that up there. And that's my first piece. Next to it, I have a canister that I got at Dollar General. It's just an embossed canister. I cannot tell you what I paid for it. I'm going to set that there. Now, in front of it, I have my grandmother's doilies. You will hear me say that constantly throughout most of my videos. My grandmother was an avid crocheter. That woman could whip out an Afghan, a blanket, doilies. My fondest memories of her just sitting in front of the TV, just going away with those needles. And next thing you know, she had something very beautiful in her hands. So she taught me how to crochet. I'm one of the few grandchildren that know how to crochet because of her. And I hope someday to teach mine. So I have this little creamer. It has no markings on the bottom. I just thought it was very pretty. Okay, let's see what's next. Another doily. Set that up there. I have some chunky candlesticks. These were from Amazon. They no longer sell them. I'm going to set that one up there. And I have, these are ironstone. This is a sugar. And I'm going to set that one right up there on top. And then next to it, another smaller chunky candlestick with the creamer. And I do have a pet peeve. All my pictures all have to be facing the same way. Little quirks. In front of that, I have a little candle ring. And I have these little like tulip bowls. I've seen more and more of them. I guess they're teacups and they come with a saucer, but I just found just the two. And I'm going to place that one right there. Now, the next item, I have a wooden, this is a bottom of a plant water catcher, but I'm going to flip it over because I wanted another element of that wood in there. And then I have this that came from Linens and Things. I found it at a thrift store in North Carolina. I'll set that right there. Now in the back, in this corner, I have another one of those risers that I made. Set that there. And I have a soup tureen. Again, no markings. And I'm going to set that one right there. And the very last item on the top shelf is another doily, another little creamer, and a faux sprig of rosemary. And that is my top shelf. So we will move on to the next one as the middle one. Okay. I'm going to set that one kind of hanging off the edge. And then the next thing that I'm going to put up there is, it's a old sewing box. And I have a little gold frame inside that I still need to put a picture in. I'm going to set that here. As I love these because they can be used as risers. I can turn it upside down and I don't have the little shelf. I just have the wood piece. Hang it this way. They're a great thing. If you see them out, snatch those up. I think I did pay $15 though for that. You know, buyer beware. Inside those, I know I keep reaching across. I have a little bird from Hobby Lobby back a couple Christmases ago, and I just love the little chickadees. I have these little white scoops. Always working on numbers, and I'm going to set those little scoops right into there. Now on top of here, I have a plate stand. I have I don't know if you can make that out. There's an M in the middle. This is my husband's father or grandfather's baby plate. And I am going to set that right up there. And next to it was his father's baby cup with the little spoon. And I have the spoon that goes with that in this one because it won't stay up there. And these are real silver, but I like them tarnished, so I will not go ahead and polish those up. Now, next to that, I have a butter dish, and I have this little container. Again, these are all thrift store finds. And I am just going to set that up there. Told you I have an issue with whiteware. Now, sorry, I have a stack of plates. I love plates to use as a riser. I have this, I guess it would be a gravy boat. And I stuck some greenery into a little foam piece, and then I'm going to set that right up there. And in fact, I'm going to move that a little bit further back. Now, in front of it, I have an ironstone pitcher that I paid $1.50 at the Goodwill. I'm going to set that right in front. I have some more ironstone on a little candlestick pedestal right there. Behind that in the corner, let me see if I can move everything over. It's not easy doing this, guys, and you have all this stuff. I have a cupcake stand or a candlestick stand from the Dollar Tree. And then I have another pitcher or a little creamer. Now, gotta make sure it's turning the right way. You know how I get. I have a couple of ironstone plates with my latest thrift find, which were these little soup tureens. They're a stack of 3 with some doilies. And I am just going to set that right in there in the corner. And that is my second shelf. At the end of this video, I will give you a closer look at all that we've done in here if you're curious. Last shelf. On this last shelf, I have taken one of those chafing dish surrounds with the handles. You find a ton of these in the thrift store, but never with the chafing dish. But I thought it would hold books. So I have a bunch of blue books that I have gathered up. In this corner, we're going to go backwards today. I have some white plates, a doily, a little plant that I made with some greenery from my Christmas tree stuff, and a cloche top that I thrifted. And that's what's going in this corner. On the opposite corner, I have a doily. Oh, it's gonna have a doily, guys. Set that down in there. I have a set of 3 bowls that I got from the Dollar General. And in the very bottom, I have a little cup to raise that up. Or you could use rice. Uncooked rice is a great riser for your bowls. I have a faux fern from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to set that in there. Put that forward. I have a oil lamp with no oil in it. I'm going to set that just in the back there for some added interest. And I have a antique pulley as my unexpected. And that is my bottom shelf. I mean, move things around and adjust it. But that is my hutch. We are going to move next onto the dining room table. On my dining room table, I have placed a burlap table runner that I got from Walmart, but I cut it in half and frayed the ends and made 2 runners out of it. This gorgeous cutting board I got from Ross. I highly recommend if you're looking for huge cutting boards at a very reasonable price, Ross is your best bet. Now, on my dining room table, I like to keep things very simple but functional. I have a napkin holder that we're going to place there because it is what it is, guys. We eat here all the time. I have a silver tray and a salt and pepper holder that I'm going to place right here at the opposite end. And then in front, I have a little bird cage, Hobby Lobby. I have a marble and wood cake stand. We're going to set that there. Doing this backwards. I bought this thrift store. It's a caged cloche, and inside is a half floral that I got at a clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to set that one up there. The next item is, you guessed it, a doily. And on that doily, I have this beautiful cloche with the fleur-de-lis. Inside it, I have a wreath that I got from Hobby Lobby when their fall clearance was going on, 75% off. I'm going to put a candlestick, thrifted candlestick, Dollar Tree candle, and I'm going to place that all in there. And that is my fall table setting. Although I'm looking at it in the camera and I need to adjust it a little bit. But that's all there is to my fall, or my table setting here. And I'll put the chairs back for y'all. One other thing that I did here on the end is I recovered the cushion seat with a blue and white check. It had been tan to match the other ones that I recovered, but I just needed that little hint of blue. So that went up to match the blue drapes that I hung a couple weeks ago. Other thing that I'm contemplating, if you've been watching my channel and you're a regular, you know that I'm switching out a lot of my chandeliers. I bought this chandelier when I was down in South Carolina. I spent $25. It was brand new. The chandelier went for over $200 at Lowe's. I spray painted it black and I added the shades. I'm still seriously thinking about switching this one over to, again, more of a French country. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have any questions, shoot them down there. I am very active in those comments and I will answer those in a heartbeat. Let's see. Again, when you're working backwards on something, you have to kind of adjust. But yeah, that turned out really cute. Now over here, you can see me in the mirror. I have a mirror that I got thrifting. That shelf is a staple. I've turned it upside down and hung it. And the greenery is from Dollar General. And the frame, again, is a thrifted frame with a sheet of music in it. This stays, I don't even mess with this. This is one of those consistent things in my house. But if you look, I know on camera, this table is made, it was Amish made, and it's been through the ringer with my family. I guess over here would be a good, you can see all the scratches and the scuffs, and I just really need to fix this. And then you can see the bookcase at the end, or the hutch. And again, if you have any questions, or if I've gone too fast and you didn't catch something, go ahead and, like I said, ask me down in the comments. I'm not offended. I want you to have those answers. All right, next we're gonna head over to the bookcase. Now, the bookcases, I don't usually do a decorate with me because I only do a couple shelves in my bookcases. The bookcases have to function in this household as bookcases. They're predominantly my husband's books. He does allow me a couple shelves for my decor. And so I am just gonna walk you through those and show you what I've done. Some of the stuff has just stayed the same. Why fix something that's not broke? All right, guys, so I'll spin you around and I'll walk you through. These bookcases were just a put together kind of deal. They were cheap. The background on it, I contact papered because I wanted some warmth instead of it being all white. Down here is just a burlap table runner. I folded in half with some Dollar General bookends. And on this shelf, we have a couple thrifted pots with some faux greenery, a public domain photo that I printed off. The bell is from Hobby Lobby in their gift section. And on the top, I always have my antique radio and a couple of coffee table books. I did switch up the basket that was up here to a footed bowl with the fern in it for something different. And on the other side of my fish tank, yes, he's that big, is the other one. And then on this one, I folded again another table runner with that carousel horse that I DIY'd to look like a bronze sculpture. And then moving up, I took another one of those plant wood bases that catch water and a cloche, and I stuck a photo of an ancestor with some pocket watches in there with a doily. And then on the very tippy top is that lamp that I thrifted on a book, a faux pathos, and then some faux art, some thrifted fleur-de-lis and that marble. And that's all there is to that one. All right, y'all, I'm gonna turn this camera around and give you a close-up tour. much for watching and decorating with me today. I had a blast. I hope you did too. Next week, I am probably going to be doing the DIY on the dining room table. It needs to be refinished. It needs to be polyurethane to protect it against those little hands that I have. So that would be something that you're interested in. That should be next week, weather permitting. Okay. If not, I'll have another video for you in its place. Thank you again. See you next week.